Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video we are doing something just ever so slightly different than normal because as you can see I have a big old box of goodies here, but it's not dolls like we normally focus on the channel. It is like another type of toy, so like doll adjacent to me, but it's definitely more of like the plush slash like bag charm sort of territory that I know has been popping off lately. I'm not like deep into bag charms and I don't think that this is going to change my mind. A, because most of the time I don't honestly wear bags, like these are more just stationary plush in my head because if I can get away with just putting things in my pockets, I prefer to do that. But also just because with the rising cost of literally everything, I am having to be a little bit more selective about which things I collect. I'm going to have to be like a little bit more, not critical, that's not quite the right word, but yeah, I'm just going to have to pare down certain things that I collect. But I had to make an exception for these because as you might be able to guess from like some of the art on here, or if you can see the other things that are available. There's like a sort of circus theme to these that I'm very interested in. So this is from the brand Lokiki. I hope that I'm saying that correctly. It is their Fake Paradise lineup. And I originally saw these on Instagram from Kika Goods and I was immediately just like, oh my gosh. Because if you know anything about me, you know that I do really love circus themes. Like there is a reason that Freak to Chic is one of my top Monster High lines of all time. Reese, baby. I don't know if you guys could hear that, like, or if she's far enough away from the mic. She's scratching my chair. You're such a little goober. Anyway, yeah. So I saw these and I immediately was like, that's absolutely incredible. So I reached out to Kika Goods and they were nice enough to send me this box of goodies for free. So huge shout out to them and a huge thank you to them. The disclaimer that I always have to give whenever I do stuff with Kika Goods is that while they did send this to me for free, I'm absolutely free to give you all of my honest opinions. So everything that I say is going to be coming from my own mouth. It's my own opinions. And if these end up not being great, I'm going to tell you, but if they end up being great, I'm also going to tell you that. I will have a link to these in the description down below in case you do want to get any of these after seeing the video. It's not an affiliate link. I don't get anything from it. It's just like for your convenience. I do have an affiliate code with Kika Goods. Actually, that's not like the right word to use because it's not an affiliate code because again, I don't earn anything from it. Like I don't get commission if you guys use my code, but you can use code fairytale10 on Kika Goods if you'd like. You get 10% off. That applies to stuff across the website. It's not just these little guys. So again, that's not something that benefits me, but it's just if you guys want to use that, if you want to get a little 10% off to help you lower the cost of the things that you're wanting to buy, definitely feel free to use that. But yeah, so this is the like top of the box. Technically, I just felt like this was a nice little display for you guys to sort of be looking at while I yap. On the side here, we can see the different characters that we can get. I'll show you that more in depth off of one of like the little boxes that's in here when we rotate, but I do want to just show you like the size of the box because I feel like every time I do stuff with Kika Goods, I'm like surprised by how big the boxes are. Because in my head, I'm thinking like these things are this tall, right? I don't know why. I don't know why in my head these are 2-inch plushes, but I think they're going to be a little bit bigger than that. So this is what one of these smaller boxes looks like. Again, I will give you like closer up shots, but just to show you for now. So we've got some cute little like circusy art on the front. And again, you can see all of the different characters. I'm very excited to get into this. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and like set up my little situation. It's going to be interesting doing this up in the dining room versus in the doll room. I'm so used to filming unbox things in the doll room, but I'm going to get everything set up and then we will open these up together and hopefully have a wonderful time. So I will see y'all in a moment. Okay, we are all set up. Hopefully this is good lighting for you guys. I kind of fiddled with it a little bit. It's a little bit more difficult in the dining room with like the way everything's set up to get everything looking nice. And also I'm having a really hard time seeing where I am on camera. So I'll have to be like double checking quite frequently to make sure I'm in frame. Apologies in advance if there's any like awkwardness here. This isn't my normal setup, but like I wasn't going to wait to unbox these. I need to see them immediately. So now you can see better the front of the box here and all of the art there. And then on the side, you can see the different characters that we will be getting because like 9 out of 10 chance we're getting all of these and not the hidden. The hidden is really cute. I'll insert a picture here so that you guys can like see what it looks like because again, I probably won't get that one, but like, you know what? Fingers crossed we get super lucky. Looking at these other ones though, I think my favorite is probably this guy, at least based off of pictures. Who knows how I'll feel upon actually seeing these, but I honestly think that like most of these are quite cute. I don't really understand this one, but I think that's like a cultural issue because you can see that one pretty clearly on the front. I don't understand what this represents. Feel free to educate me in the comments if you would like to. But yeah, that one's probably my least favorite purely from lack of understanding. but they all look pretty cute. So let's go ahead and see who this first one is. Am I going to be able to have an aesthetic peel? Probably not. Hold on. Okay, it was kind of slow, but if you've seen me do these blind box unboxings before, that was like one of the better ones that I've ever gotten. So we open it up and it comes with a little character card. Oh, okay. So we're getting one of like my other favorites right off the bat. I know I said this white one was my favorite. This one, based on the images, I think is my second favorite. So that's pretty fun. I like that it's kind of shaped. Mine's like a little bit bent from how it was in there, but I can flatten that out. I'm not super concerned about it. But I like that it's sort of in the shape of like a ticket stub. I just think that that's a fun little way to do a character card instead of just a plain piece of paper. Like it adds a little something extra to it. So I do really like that. Now we get to actually open up the bag. I hope the sounds are okay. Like the mic's a little bit far away from this, so hopefully it won't be too terrible. But this is the bag, and maybe I can get a good rip on this too. Okay, okay. Did I not rip it good enough? Oh no. I know I'm off camera right now. I'm sorry. I'm just like, yeah, I didn't rip it low enough. We're gonna have to like whip out the scissors for this because I'm so bad at unpackaging things, y'all. This is why I don't do unboxings on camera unless it's like a blind box like this. I'm just not good at it. In so much as a person can be bad at unboxing things. Stop. I don't know if you heard in my stunned silence my cat running all over the floor. She's got her zoomies going right now. This is so cute. This is so cute. Oh my God, I was not expecting, like I knew that I was gonna like them, but also again, I literally thought this was gonna be half the size, right? So there's that. So this like size I think feels really satisfying to hold. Like it's a good hand feel. And also the softness of the fur. That's what is surprising me the most. That's the thing that I didn't expect. This is so soft. Like, okay, if any of you guys have cats, I've only ever had cats. I've never actually had a dog, fun fact about me, so I don't know about them. But if you have cats, you might know that when they have like kind of been freshly grooming, I know it's gross to think about for some people. I don't care. I say that my cats have been doing some good spitting when they've been grooming themselves. And like, at least us, our cats are always pretty soft, but like sometimes you touch them and they're like extra silky soft. And it's like, oh my gosh, like you've been grooming. You're so clean and soft right now. This feels like my cats when they're at their softest. Is that a weird comparison to make? I just, that's the only thing I can think of to compare it to. Like it's literally the exact same feeling. So that is super nice. Also, the quality, not that I expected these to be like shit quality. That's not what I'm trying to say, but the fabrics are so like thick. You can kind of see that's a thick fabric. So we've got this super cute hat, which also is like the same thick fabric for the body of the hat. So it's like really sturdy, really thick. We've got the cute ruffling on the side and all of these little like felt accoutrement, felt details. Here is the little like keychain so that you can hang it on a bag or something if you want to. And this hat does come off. So there's like a elastic band all the way around. I'll go ahead and take it off for now just to show you guys. I definitely want to keep it on. Oh, okay. I see. That's really interesting and also super duper smart. So this key ring, God, my hands have been acting up lately, so like I'm having a harder time than normal. I'm sorry if that is not as fun to view. So this slips off and then the hat comes off and there's like a little hole here that I can stick my fingernail through so you can see. So the strap goes through that. That way you can also hang him by the bag if you don't want the hat. So you don't have to have the hat on for the keychain to like work. Like I thought the keychain was inherently attached to the hat. So if you wanted to take the hat off, you wouldn't be able to use the keychain, but you totally can. That's very smart thinking on their part. Like I appreciate the versatility there. So yeah, underneath just more of the very, very soft fur. He's got kind of like little bunny ears, something like that. And I want to like save the face for last just because I think the face is like the most exciting part. All these layers of different fabric, like the check versus just the black. The legs and the hands are a plastic material, so they are like sturdier, if that makes sense. They're not like made of the plush. And they do, as you can see, rotate. Baby girl, what's wrong? Hey. It's okay. Sorry, my cat is fussing. She's having a lot of emotions this video. But yeah, the feet move too. I don't know. Yeah, you can't really bend it. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any wire inside, but that's fine. I didn't expect there to be. And honestly, I kind of prefer that because, again, given that I want this to be more of like a plush to hold, I like the fact that most of the body is like nice and squeezable. But okay, the face. This is like what got me because look at how fun this face paint is. Very clowny, right? Like that's what drew me in. Very clowny. I super duper love that. The white eyelashes and then like the red eyeliner is such a cute way to do it. There's a heart on this side, so it's like a little asymmetrical. It says magic over here. The fact that the nose and the mouth are both spades, like the nose definitely is a lot more noticeable. What is on my hand? Okay. I there's so much junk on my table right now because I can't access the doll room right now. So I've got like arts and stuff all over the place and like filming supplies all over the place. I think that was just a charcoal pencil. Anyway, sorry about that. I got distracted. But yeah, the nose being in the shape of a spade, I think it's just so cutie patootie. And then the mouth kind of is too in the corners. That's just adorable. And these inset eyes, like, are y'all seeing this? That's so wildly adorable. Like they're just so pretty. I already love this one. I'm so excited. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and open the others off camera. Just so you guys don't have to suffer through watching me be bad at unboxing things for X amount of minutes. And then I'll just like go over them and show you all the details and all of that jazz like we would with a normal unboxing. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, we are back. Real quick with this one, I did go ahead and put the hat back on because like I think he's much cuter with the hat. Like I definitely wanted him to have the hat on. It was quite tricky to get this back through. I don't know how much of that is just because my hands are not functioning at top capacity right now. So like it's so hard doing this sort of thing. Tony's not home right now, so I can't bother him and be like, "Hey, is this also hard for you?" It was hard for me. I don't know if that would be the case for everyone, but also like I feel like I would be remiss in not noting that it was a little difficult. What I ended up doing was threading a paper clip through this loop, and then I pushed the paper clip through because it's like a lot sturdier than just fabric, and that pulled it through just fine. So like the solution wasn't too difficult, but I do just like want to note all of these things for you. But we're gonna put this one away because not all of them fit in frame because they're so much bigger than I thought they were. So we're just gonna go ahead and start on this side and then work our way forward towards my favorite one. So we're gonna end on a bang with that. This one though, so precious. Okay, here's like the card, the little like tickets card. He's in a hat. Okay, that was weird. It wouldn't let me zoom out while I was filming, but we're zoomed out now. Just had to take a second there. This is so cute. I normally think of like circus magician's rabbit in a hat, but this definitely doesn't feel like a rabbit to me. Like rabbit, long ears, rabbit, not rabbit. At least this doesn't read rabbit to me. That doesn't bother me. I just think it's kind of funny because like in my head, it would be like, obviously you put the rabbit in the hat. But this almost reads more like a lamb or something. I don't really know. It is cute as heck though. I will say this is all like squish. It's not like there's a body underneath here. So if you were like hoping for that, kind of just be aware. I kind of figured it would be like this, but I just, want to cover all my bases. I still think this is so cute though. Again, this fabric is super thick. It's the same that we saw on that last one. So thick. There's a few layers of ruffles here. These come off. Hold on. They both come off. So if you don't want to have ruffles or if you just want to have one ruffle, you can change that. I actually didn't know that. Hold on. Now I'm like, does this? Okay, so on here, this is a separate piece, but I can't find any like connection on it. So I feel like if you wanted to take this off, you might have to like cut it off. So this is definitely not like removable. I would say technically it is in the sense that like you can get it off and there is a full plush under there, but you are going to like sacrifice the integrity. But these just like straight up, come on. Oh my God, hold on. Suddenly it's a hair tie. Suddenly this is a scrunchie. I'm going to lose it. I need to put this back on. That's actually low key, like kind of cute though, especially since these aren't like supposed to be bag charms. Like you can hang this from your bag. And then if you need to emergency put your hair up, you've got little hair. Okay. I don't even know if that was intentional, but like it's AU. Anyway, we do still have like the plastic hands and the plastic face on this one. I think the colors are very cute, like the little pinks. And we definitely have like a much more cutie face. Like, not that the last one wasn't cute. I still think that one was adorable. But this is more traditionally cute, you might say. Like, we've got a little star, some hearts over there. Just adorable. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see it. Hopefully that's an okay angle. There are stars inside the eyes as well, which I think is really quite cute. We have these little like wing slash horn situations going on. Just absolutely precious. And I want to see. Okay, so it doesn't sit super well, which, I mean, that makes sense with that being the base. And I don't know that it's necessarily designed to sit super well because, again, it's supposed to go on a bag. But just so you know, if you don't want to put it on a bag, if you just want to like set it on a shelf or something, it is going to wobble. Same is going to go for these two. They are like seated, so they're a little bit different, but they are so much heavier in the front that they do fall forward. So just a note, again, it's not that it really matters if you're using it as a bag charm, but if you're not, it's important to know, I feel. So here's the card for this one. I still don't understand this, but I'm sure, obviously it's there for a reason. Like, it's not just like there. Like, I know it has to have some sort of meaning or like some reason that it's there. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments. And if none of y'all let me know, I'm gonna have to research that myself. We have a little bit of embroidery here. Two-tone, excuse, it's magnetic. I thought this just broke, but it's magnetic. That is really, really nice. Again, this is something that I didn't expect to be able to take off, but you don't have to have that on there. I just really love that extra detail. I think that is such a nice thing to add. Anyway, as I was trying to say though, there's like two-tone fur. Oh, there's more embroidery over here. And there's embroidery on the inside of the ears. It's just kind of hard to see all of it because the fur is so fluffy, but that's okay. I'll take it. Face, super cute. This is bear. I love the mismatched makeup. I feel like it's very appropriate to go with the mismatched like fur and everything. The little frown, like it's sad, but it's cute, you know? I don't know if that's just me, but that's like the vibe I get. Like it's sad. He's frowning. He's a little sad boy. But he's cutie. I like the little blush marks and everything too. Like, this is just funny and silly. No hands on this one because it is more like on the animal side. So it's just fur all the way down and then little like plushy and embroidered toe beans on here. We've got some felt claws, which I think is really cute. There's a tiny little green tail. The green kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, I guess there's green here. I don't know why I took this off. Like, you couldn't see. But it kind of comes out of nowhere. It bothers me a little bit, but also you can't see it all the time. So like, I'm going to be okay. This foot also doesn't have a paw. And I'm wondering if that's intentional or some sort of error. I'm going to err on the side of it's probably intentional, given that this whole thing is like a mismatch. Like, everything is a little bit asymmetrical on this guy. I will insert here, like, I'll double check on the listing on Kika Good. So if it's not supposed to be asymmetrical, I'll let you know. But if you don't see any editing notes, it's meant to be this way. Kind of just a funny little quirk. But yeah, I think probably that one's my least favorite. I feel kind of mean saying that. It's not that I don't think he's cute. I just think all the other ones are a little bit cuter. Okay, moving onward. Next up, we've got like a little unicorn one. So this is the same as this last one where they are in like a seated position. So they don't have any of like the plastic hands. And we have like a lot of different colors going on. But this is like sort of the more cheerful seated version. That guy was a little sad. This one is like smiling all uneven and cute. I love the heart on the nose and like the heavy blushing. So precious. We also have heterochromatic eyes. That was crazy that just came out of my mouth. I like halfway through that word was like, I'm going to say this wrong. And then I cinched. But I do think that is really, really adorable. I feel like I've probably said on here before that like I've never been the biggest fan of unicorns, but I have been coming around to them recently. Like, I think getting a little bit into My Little Pony kind of helped with that. Like, I was like, oh, they're kind of cutie patootie. So now having a little unicorn, like the mane and everything, I just think that's precious. I also really love this holographic like silver that we have for the wings. Is that showing? It's kind of showing on camera. In person, the rainbow reflection is definitely a lot stronger than it's coming off on camera. So just be aware of that if you're like, that's not holographic enough for me. It is more holographic in person. This one's kind of more simplistic, but I still think she's like so precious for it, you know? Like I love the colors. I love the holographic. Like the holographics on the horn too. And these do feel like quite sturdy. I mean, not that I want this to break, but I'm yanking pretty good and this isn't coming off. So we love to see that. Then we have this little like jester fellow. And I do think this is a really cute design, but I will say maybe not executed the best because as you can see, you can't really see his face with his hood on. Like it does Velcro, so you can open it up, which is nice. Like I'm glad that we have that so that you can kind of make it more obvious. But if you close it, like I can't manage to get it closed in a way that lets you like actually here. Let me see if I can finagle it if I use both my that's worse. So that is just like one negative thing is that this definitely feels like, oh, if I move it down, does that work better? I mean, no, not really. Like it's definitely just the proportions are a little bit off in that regard, I would say. Like it doesn't quite fit to where you can close the hood and still see the face. That being said, with it open, I still think he's perfectly cute with it open. So like it's not a huge deal breaker for me, but I also recognize that that's a lot easier for me to say because I was lucky enough to be gifted these. So like it's easy for me to sit here and be like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," but I understand it might be a bigger deal to you guys. So that is why I am mentioning it. But that jester hat is still like that super like thick material in a couple of different patterns. We've got like the brown-ish. I don't know. It kind of looks black on camera, but it's definitely more of like a deep dark brown color with the little sparkles and then red with the polka dots. They are hollow inside, so like there's not really a whole lot going on, but I do think the fabric itself is thick enough to give this a nice structure and like nice volume without it being stuffed. Let's go ahead and just like peel this back. I don't know what sort of animal he is meant to be. Because we have like what feels like a lamb to me, a bear, a unicorn, a rabbit. This maybe also a bear, but the ears are like on the side, which almost makes me think monkey. I don't really know. It's a funky little dude. Lots of different colors going on, and I do think there are enough colors going on for me to not be bothered by like the sort of lack of cohesion with the colors. There's just like a weird fine line to me between, oh, there's like this one color that's out of place in this design, and then also this to me is just like on a different level because there's so many different colors that it feels kind of on purpose that everything like this yellow is only on these pom poms, but because this green is also only on the arms and this green is also only on the ears and like this like kind of goldy color is only there, it doesn't bother me as much because it's not like, oh, the entire color palette is purple and green except for one hint of red. I hope that makes sense. I don't know why I'm blabbering so much about this. This might be my favorite face. Low-key, high-key. I just love this face. The mouth looks kind of like stitches. It says mercy here, which is like quite edgy. I also really, I don't think I've said anything, but I really like the texture of these faces. Like they are a hard plastic, but I can't think of anything to compare it to. Off the top of my head, I just can't think of anything that's like the same. But you know, when there's like hard plastic that sort of has like a smooth, like almost soft touch, even though it's not actually soft, that's what this is. I am the least helpful reviewer on YouTube. Anyway, though, this little like neck piece does come off. Like there's a whole elastic bit there. So you could take that off if you don't want him to have that on there. And then he's got his little feeties that can move and the little hands that can move. Little squishy body. Little cutie patootie. He's kind of a weird one. And again, you really kind of have to display him with this hood closed. But other than that, I really like him. That brings us promptly to my favorite though. So no hidden one, but like that's okay. Because my favorite was the last one that I unboxed. And I was like, low key, I'm going to be upset if I get the hidden at the cost of not getting my favorite one. So we're good. No hidden today, but this is the card for this one. Y'all, I'm going to cry. The overalls don't even speak to me. Don't even speak to me. And the feet are still there. These are like a full piece of clothing. Like it's super thick fabric. Again, I know I keep saying that, but it's like, it's all the same texture, different prints. But I really genuinely am impressed by how thick and how nice it is. It's just, I feel like not something that I necessarily see all the time with like the stuff that I review. Sometimes the fabric is quite thin. This is like noticeably thick and nice. And the fact that this is like a real piece of clothing on this little gremlin is just so cute to me. I just love this. I'm trying to see. Can we? Okay, so this bib piece is separate and this is on elastic. So you can take like this little bib piece off. Oh my God, you can take the overalls off, guys. They like go on just like human overalls would. So there's no Velcro or anything like that, but they are fully removable and there's a full plush body underneath this. Like the fur goes all the way down. That's so awesome. I love that. I just like I'm going to keep the overalls on, but I love the detail and I love the fact that you can take them off. I did not expect that going into this. Like I fully thought that this was going to be closer to this situation maybe, where like the bottom half is all like a different material. Stay. But this one, you can take these little overalls off and you could just be a little pantsless gremlin. I just think this one's super cute. It's definitely giving me bunny again with like the long floppy ears here. We have two little like bows, question mark, sewn in like these are attached. This one has a little face. Also this face, this is a good face. This is a real good face. I love the colors. I like the eyelashes. Are they? Oh, wow. Oh, God, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So these are also heterochromatic eyes. I was a lot more confident saying it that time. This one is like purely blue. This one, I really hope it comes across on camera because kind of. This one is a little bit like half purple, half like a tealish greeny color. So it's a little bit more subtle, but that's really fun. And then the last piece is this hat, which is also, I mean, it's like kind of a hat. It's attached around the neck. And that is also fully removable, but it's enormous. Again, with the thick fabric. I do have like little tufts of fur. I'm not seeing any bald spots, so it feels like that's just kind of natural shedding. So I'm not worried about it. Just wanted to point that out in case you guys saw me like brushing fur off of anything. But this is like a fat hat, nice thick material. It's hollow again, so much like this jester hat. But this is so cute. The 4 points of the pom-poms. I'm gonna Okay, pom-poms are not coming off. I was a little scared to do that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was like, I'm going to mess up my favorite one testing this, but I had to do it for the journalistic integrity. Yeah, journalistic integrity. But no, that like feels so nice and so high quality. And again, there's like a hole here. You can pull the key ring through. This is so precious. I was absolutely right. This is for sure my favorite one. He's just so cute. But I need to get all of them in here somehow. We'll just stack this one maybe. It's not great, but it works for now. So that is all of the unboxings of the Lokiki Fake Paradise little like plush bag charms. I love these. Again, I don't see myself like diverting and like putting more attention or anything into bag charms. I don't really see this being like a new flourishing collection for me in the sense that I probably will not go out of my way to buy more, but I am really glad that I have these. I think these are all super duper cute. Genuinely, the only like purely negative thing that I have to say is that the jester hat didn't like fit super well on mine. That might be specific to me or it might be all of them, but I obviously have to point that out for you guys. I don't think I said earlier, sorry, I'm bad at this, even though it's quite literally my job. But these do retail, I think, for about 18 US dollars at the current moment. I know like with everything going on, a lot of things are subject to change. So like there's that. But right now, that's what they're retailing for, I believe. I'll put on screen here once I double check because I think that I'm right, but I always want to be extra thorough for you guys and be 100% sure with that information. Taking a look at them and like the quality and everything, it's hard because just because I know the state that we're in, I feel like everyone's finances are becoming a little bit more difficult and like buying things that are purely fun is not necessarily as feasible for people with the way that things are going. That being said, because of the quality alone, I do feel like if you like these, they are worth the $18 because you do have like some plastic pieces like the hands and the feet on some of these, the face plates on all of these, obviously. The painting looks really nice. Like on none of these did I have any painting that was off, like none of the screenings, for lack of a better, I like, that's still technically a screening, right? Like I know it's not a doll, but there's still screenings. The screenings are all good. Like it wasn't off or anything. The eyes are nice. There's not like chips or anything in them. I had like a little bit of loose fur, but that was like very, very minute. There wasn't anything like falling apart. You guys saw me tugging on different pieces of these and like they were holding fast. Even the parts that I thought were going to be more fragile, like the pom-poms, those were holding on still. And like the fabrics that you're getting, I definitely feel like these are high quality enough to feel like they are worth the price. And I just said all that stuff about like how everything's kind of more difficult now, just to say I do fully understand that there is a lot of weight behind those words. There's always a lot of weight behind those words, at least for me. Like as someone who makes content on YouTube, especially when I get free items like this, I feel a big responsibility to try to be as objective as possible and try to be like, okay, is this genuinely worth it, or is it only worth it because I didn't have to pay for it? And I feel like that's especially important now, especially like for, obviously I'm speaking mainly to like my US followers who are like impacted by what's going on the most at the moment. Obviously, I understand that these are not a luxury good. That's not quite right, but they are a non-necessity, right? Like you don't have to have bag charms. You don't have to have plushes. I'm not trying to say they're worth it. Like it doesn't matter what you're going through, go out and buy these. Like that's not what I'm going for. But if you have the extra income, if you think these are cute, and if you like want to have a plush or a bag charm, I do genuinely feel like these are a really nice quality for the price that you're paying. I hope that that makes sense. I know that was like a lot to get through and a lot to say. I don't know. I just, again, I feel like it's sort of my responsibility to be cognizant of those sorts of things always, and especially right now. So not something that I'd be like, go into debt for these. Not that I would ever advise you guys to go into debt for anything that I show on the channel, but definitely if you think these are cute, I feel confident in saying that you're going to get something that is nice and sturdy and soft and quality and feels, to me, worth the price tag that they are asking for it. So that's going to be it for me for today, guys. Sorry, I got kind of blobby there. I'm a little nervous for how long this is going to be. Every single time I do a video like this, I'm like, okay, we're going to be fast, we're going to be quick and efficient, and then I'm not. But I hope you guys were able to enjoy anyway. Let me know which of these is your favorite, because this one's definitely mine. I think my favorites probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I do think they're all pretty cute. So yeah, let me know your feelings on these in the comments down below. But yeah, I hope you guys were able to enjoy the unboxing we did here today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night, or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.